Well, hello there, Libra. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, we are doing your December 2022 Tarot reading. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's see what we have for you as we start this last month of the year. Horse Spirit, freedom is yours. Okay, and embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Okay, now it's interesting. Gemini had the same horse spirit. Theirs had this a little bit of a different kind of energy to it. I feel as if for you, there is embracing this energy of going in a new direction. Yeah, and I feel they're showing me the loyal heart. I feel like you're looking at a certain situation or relationship. Yours seems more relationship oriented, where theirs was more career oriented. So let's see what we have here. Yang, regeneration. Yeah, breathe. I think either you are watching somebody else or somebody is watching you. This sense of observing, of almost kind of like, almost a sense of testing the waters. Yeah, and you have honoring path, intuition, and manifestation, and happy success. So whatever this is, there's really kind of a sense of perhaps, trying to see a different viewpoint of a relationship or a situation that you may have. So it's almost like you're looking at it, as an independent observer. Such an interesting energy. I'm not saying that you're actually watching somebody, although you could be, asking about somebody or looking at their social media. It's not really like that. It's really almost like you're reflecting on a relationship or a situation that you have, but it's almost like an independent observer. Now, you have taken part in this relationship, okay? But it's like you're allowing yourself to pull back from the situation and kind of looking at it from afar. You could be even having a dream about it, like almost like dreaming about this relationship or about a conversation that you have with this person, or, kind of almost like reliving a couple of conversations. But you're looking at it as an independent observer, which is really kind of like a very spiritual type of energy here. Once again, it's almost like you're looking at it and you're seeing it in a completely different way because you have embracing enthusiasm. So it's not like you're taking a look at it and you're like, oh, like nitpicking it or anything. It's almost like you're watching it, like it's a play on a stage. But you're one of the characters in it. And it's like you're watching it and you're like, oh my goodness, like I understand it. It's almost like, literally like you're studying a play, like you're in a class and you're studying a play. It's almost like you understand now the different dynamics of the characters. Whereas before, maybe you were only looking at the situation from your viewpoint. It's almost like you can see the situation from the viewpoint of other people that were in the situation or in this relationship. Really very evolved, very, self-aware, but it's also, a very much of a big picture. So let's take a look at what we have here, because this is part of your path, is being able to, and, with the intuition, it's almost like, maybe through your crown chakra, you're gaining this wisdom, okay, about the situation. Yeah, wow, this is really beautiful energy. So for your present energy, you have Yang, you have the Teacher, you have the Ace of Wands. It's this sense that you have, once again, it could be this experience where you have this dream, or, you're meditating or something, and you see this situation or this relationship, but you're seeing it from this viewpoint as an observer. All of a sudden, you're kind of like, wait a minute, I know what to do now in this situation. I feel like this is something that maybe has been kind of stalled, or a stuck energy. It could be in your career. It could be a relationship. It could be a work relationship, right? I feel like there are other people involved, but you've been kind of stuck trying to figure out how to move forward in this situation. But now all of a sudden you get this kind of like having a dream or some kind of a vision. You could even have some type of a vision, and it's like eye-opening. It's kind of like, oh my goodness, now I understand why that person reacted the way they did, or I understand why, the emotions got escalated in this situation. It's kind of like you can read almost like the minds of the other people that were in the situation. Wow, really, really, yeah. And here we have the Hierophant and we have the Justice. You're coming in. Once again, seeing this from a very high perspective. The Hierophant is also the teacher. We have the teacher card here. It's almost like you recognize, oh my goodness, I am the one that can really help to make this situation balance out, because we have the Three of Pentacles and then we have the Tower. I feel like something, was working and then suddenly came down, and that is what you have been kind of confused about. Not understanding, like, why did it come down? But now you're seeing the perspective of the other people that were involved in this situation. And now you understand, okay, now I know how to either bring this back together or the new path that we have to go on. But if nothing else, you can see this viewpoint from a totally fresh point of view. The Fool is somebody that is willing to move forward, to take action. And you have a lot of action here. You have the Ace of Wands, Yang, divine masculine energy, wanting to take action on this situation or based on the information that you are given. The Tower is also an epiphany. I think you're having this huge epiphany. Once again, it's like a vision. And you understand, oh my goodness, now I know how to proceed. No longer are you stuck, right? Because you understand what the block has been. So here we have, regeneration, and then we have the Fool card. This is the Phoenix Rising card. Thinking, oh my goodness, how can I bring something back together? But your fears have been holding you back. Now you understand. It's a different viewpoint of your fears. I think you've been trying to, or you've been trying to almost like perceive what other people have been thinking in this situation, and your perceptions have been completely incorrect in at least some part. It's almost like you're understanding now their viewpoint of this situation, and this new world, it opens to you. It's kind of like it comes full circle. You understand the viewpoint, not just from your viewpoint, this situation, not from just your viewpoint, but from the viewpoint of everybody else involved. Whether this is a family situation or a work situation, family or friend situation, it doesn't matter. It's kind of like, oh my goodness, I see this from a different viewpoint. And I feel like you're wanting to take action on it. It's kind of like, okay, now I believe, okay, there's almost a sense of, I believe that justice can be done in this. We can bring this around. We can have balance in this situation. So let's see what we have here. Yeah. There's been something that has been holding you back. And I feel like that is your fears, right? There's something that's been holding you back, but that's coming to an end. It's almost, I kind of wonder if part of it, Libra, is that you weren't quite yet ready to understand the other viewpoints of the other people in this situation. you know. Excuse me. It's kind of like you just weren't quite ready to either hear their viewpoints or to understand their viewpoints. And I feel like it was because your feelings were really hurt in this situation. So you were kind of like maybe focusing a little bit more on, you know, on what other people had, you know, had their part that they played in this situation instead of your part that you played in the situation. And now what you're understanding is that everybody in the situation has been hurt. There's a sense of, yes, we need to have some justice. There needs to be, you know, kind of the love needs to be passed around because there is so much love in this situation. And yet at the same time, it just got sideways in a really bad way. In a sense, I think that when it went sideways, it kind of went toxic. And that part needs to come to an end and a fresh start. You have the Ace of Wands again, you know, having fresh inspiration, having a fresh look at this situation. Even if you don't want to reunite with this person or these people, right? You're sensing, okay, I kind of get why things went sideways. Now I understand. And it's almost like you understand not just from their perspective, but you can understand your role in the whole situation. And that is just such a high level of self-awareness, right? Because when we blame others, right, then we haven't even begun the healing process. When we blame ourselves, we have begun the healing process. When we no longer blame anyone, then the healing process is complete. And I feel like that is what's happening here. You're understanding the part that you played in it, but you're not blaming yourself. You understand the part that everybody else played, but you're not placing blame on them. You're understanding that all of this was in order to help open everyone up to this higher level of understanding and learning. You know, it's really a lovely, lovely energy. It's coming together with a sense of healing your heart chakra, of, you know, that sense of forgiveness with the Page of Cups, you know, giving yourself, being forgiving to yourself and forgiving to the other people in this situation so that you can move on to what is your Nine of Cups, to what it is that you really and truly want. And look, underneath that, we have the Four of Swords. You know, the true healing is being done in this situation. So let's take a look at your advice. Now, it's interesting because Gemini had the travel card too. But we have breathe. I feel like for some of you, you may be even traveling during the holidays to go and visit some of these people, understanding that, you know, some peace can be made. You know, you could have kept yourself apart from some people or a situation while you were kind of like gaining this, you know, kind of a different perspective, especially with the observer. I feel like you've kind of like pulled yourself away from the situation. And now you may be actually traveling to go visit these people or to have conversations with these people. It's bringing you a little bit of anxiety, right? Because you're not really sure. I feel like it's almost like the 5D part of you knows that this situation is being healed, and yet the 3D part of you is kind of like still scared, you know. So let's see what we have here. I want to check underneath here. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. You know, it's been a long process. The Three of Swords happened in the past, and now you're trying to move to the Ten of Cups. Whether this is, you know, this situation is something that is your Ten of Cups, or if you're moving on, but the healing process is definitely finishing up. It's kind of like that is what's coming full circle. I love this energy. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, you have 2 sevens, and then you have the 8 of Wands. Taking action, you know, looking at your options, trying to figure out where am I going to put my time and energy, and then taking action on that. Whether it is, once again, whether you want to reach out to these people, or if you're just taking this situation and looking at it and understanding that you have done a lot of healing around this situation, and now it's time to not just pull yourself back from the situation, but also move on from this situation. You have the Strength card on the bottom, and then you have the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Sun. You know, it's really a lovely energy. I think for a lot of you, I want to just clarify the travel card. I really feel like a lot of you are traveling to see somebody in particular, you know, around this holiday season. And perhaps, you know, to offer an olive branch, you know, to express your feelings, you know, to this person or this situation. It could be somebody that you haven't seen in a long time, you know, a family member or something like that. And you're understanding, you know, the whole situation. You know, sometimes as time passes, we kind of just, and we gain more insight and wisdom into our own, you know, path, right? And our own self-awareness, that we can take a look at a situation. For some of you, it could be even a parent, you know, if you've been kind of like gone sideways with a parent or a sibling, something like that, and you're understanding now, okay, yeah, I was a different person. I think you're looking at this kind of in that sense of that you have evolved quite a bit, you know, that you're not the same person that you were when that situation happened. And it's almost like you are kind of like understanding, you're giving yourself that compassion, understanding that if that same situation were to happen today, you would handle the situation differently, right? And understanding just how far you have progressed, how far you have evolved. So let's see what we have here. King of Swords, Two of Wands, Queen of Swords. Yeah, I think for some of you, you know, we have the King and Queen of Swords. For many of you, it could be another air sign. I feel like you are kind of like wondering, can we do this again? You know, the Ace of Pentacles. Is there a chance that we could, you know, start this relationship again? Understanding that you're a different person. You may be traveling to see if this person has changed too. You know, and perhaps kind of understanding that so much time has passed that there is a good chance that they have changed too. And, you know, the only thing that's holding you back is your own fear. And, you know, a sense of breaking away from the fear, understanding that your freedom here only comes when we are willing to allow our fears to dissipate, to stare the fear monster in the eye and just say, okay, I'm going to try this anyway. You know, I really love this. And once again, embracing enthusiasm, you know, looking at this in a very enthusiastic way. All right, so let's pull a Soul Truth card for some more advice here. And Libra, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Am I willing? All right, wow. You are on the edge of something great. Can you feel it? Yes. There is risk, uncertainty, and imperfections ahead. Failure is certain, and vulnerability is a requirement. You must be brave and trust yourself more than ever before. You will reach the dream, but you must stretch yourself into a whole new level of belief and willingness in order to move forward with courage. Be brave, follow your heart's compass, and lift the lid on your own dreams. Today's mantra, it's possible. And, you know, I feel like for a lot of you, that's the point where you are. It's kind of like, kind of almost like embracing the energy of, okay, is this going to work? And if it's not going to work, you understand that you are independent enough that you can accept the fact that it isn't going to start again, right? And you can move in a new direction. It's almost like, you know, finding out, is this going to happen or not? Because if it's not, I think you're really ready to move in a new direction. Wow, it is beautiful. I'd love to hear in the comments how this might resonate with you. I really do appreciate all your support through liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I wish you much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.